Hello friends, welcome to Writing Challenge Day 11. It's been a couple days since I posted Writing Challenge Day 10. I think we counted in total 16 guests here for the 4th of July, which was a blast, and I've been recovering and also being present with everybody. But even when you don't meet your expectations, you get back up again and you get back on the horse or the train or some other moving object. Writing Challenge Day 11, I want to talk a little bit about how do you know when it's time to stop. I don't know if any of you have encountered this, but when I'm working on something, there's a level of perfection that you try and hold yourself to. My editor often talks about you really have to hold every word in your manuscript and see if it belongs and see if it's the right word. So there is this tedium that happens. But at the end of the day, at some point, you have to stop. You have to release it to the world. And the way that I've reconciled this with myself is recognizing that in 5 years, I would write a different book. The story of my life would look different from that perspective 5 years down the road. I'll be a better writer. I'll have a different opinion even on what happened. I would maybe want to tell a different story. But at this point, right now in my life, I will work as hard as I can to get this book as good as it can be right now, knowing that that also includes imperfection. And that's just how it goes. I've learned a lot from doing freelance writing because there's usually a tight deadline. I have to push through writer's block and through lack of motivation. And the articles are never perfect. There's a time and money equation happening there. And if I spent too much time trying to get the articles to be absolutely perfect, I would be losing money. So I want them to be good enough because I want people to want to come back and have me continue to write for them. So they have to be good. But there's a level of saying that's good enough. I don't want to linger over this any longer than I have to. And writing a book for me it's been a different level. I do want to linger over it. I do want to spend a lot of time with it. But I think sometimes we can get sucked into a hole of never-ending edits. And I'll find this too if I'm working on my book for a long period of time and I'm just getting stuck. I've lost all perspective and I'm altering the same words every time I go through the draft. I'll switch between one word and another word, back and forth, back and forth. That's when it's either time to just let it be, investigate deeper, maybe the whole section needs to be cut, I don't know, and then just let it go, and then know that perfection is just that we will always be imperfect. That I think one of my favorite quotes from a meditation teacher is that we are off balance in a perfectly balanced world. That we as humans, and this is life, we aren't perfect. We're always slightly off kilter, and we can settle into that, and we can be comfortable in that. And I think that it's the same with your writing and with your creation. So work really hard on it. It does deserve a lot of time and a lot of attention, but don't get caught up in that dark place, that deep, never-ending hole of trying to make it the perfect expression, because it's only ever an attempt. We're only ever trying, and we'll continue to try, and we'll keep working on things, and that's how I think we grow as creatives. And we'll look back on the books that we've written, the screenplays that we've written, and realize that, I'm a little embarrassed by a couple parts. I could do that better now in my life. And that's just the journey of it. That's part of letting go. That's part of being vulnerable, and that's part of allowing yourself to develop as a creative. Yay. All right. So I am getting back at it, back on the horse today, back at my writing, and also back at my freelance work. It's a big day for me. We are house sitting and watching some chickens and taking care of some dogs. So quite a few plates in the air that we're juggling. We're almost done building our house, which is so exciting. The closer we get, the more I can just taste living in there and being in my office that we built into the house. I'm so excited, you guys. Yay. All right. We'll check in tomorrow for the last day of the 12-day writing challenge.